What's up, everyone? I feel like people want to look at Amazon every night. Yeah, we can look at Amazon while we're waiting. I'll just pause my music. Hold on. Can't hear myself think. Alright. Dude, Dropbox was amazing today. I'm going to show you why I called that too. Anthony, I mean, I've been talking about Dropbox for a while, and Anthony reminded me of it. I was like, I haven't looked at that. And then immediately when I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, this is happening. I mean, Amazon looks good. I think it's on track for 3,500. So I've never wavered on this, and I've had this chart forever. And if we look back, you know, I have the whole thing charted out. And so Amazon should start a nice bull run here. So let's see here. Yeah, so Dropbox, been watching this for a while actually. Had it charted, I just figured it would do it earlier, but it actually started making this cup right here. So I think it was at, I think it was right here today. No, hold on. Okay, so this is what I saw. So this cup and handle right here is what I saw. And I alerted it right here. I think it was like 2386 or right around 24. And then as soon as it, look at this, as soon as it broke this cup and handle, that's when we got this giant action. And it's flagging again, so I imagine next week it could head 27 to 27 to 30 range. So you know, I might have to redo this part of it, but I still think it's going to go up here. This could be wave 1 right here, and this could just be the start of wave 2. So we should have one more kick up, and then a retest of the handle, and then a final wave. Oh, what's up, chicken tendies? Good to see ya. I know you've been doing well, so. Everyone always wants QS2. That's like a popular one. Right on track. Is this going back down to 12? Yeah. Ooh. So I've been watching this for a while too. I put it in the lottery on Dropbox. I know people want to see OCGN. I think it had news. I think I have AAA on my list. Yeah, I even have it charted. So I have AA dropping down to 16 possibly, unless it is reversing here, but it is kind of a rising wedge. So this would make a lot of sense that this would come down one more level and then we can go off. Alright, Clove I know went nuts here today. Was a little off on that. We had the Hindenburg report, so I haven't looked at this in a while. That did go, what did it go from 11 to 13? That was a nice move, huh? So we had the Hindenburg here, or the Hindenburg report here at 14, brought it all the way down to 1150, and then basically After hours, it's flagging. I expect it to gap up back to 14 on Monday, probably. Oh, OCGN. What is this? To go from... Oh, I have done this. Yeah, I was right on this too. I said it would... I think I charted it when it was right here. And I said it would ping pong in here. And then looks like it broke out after that, so very nice. Yeah, I charted that on the 2nd. So, was that on Tuesday we charted that? So, Hexo looks really good. I think Hexo's going to $10. I have had this charted for a while. Weed looks very bullish going into Monday. So, that looks really nice. So, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, Mimi. Was like let's just take this for instance. So let's say this is what we're looking at. So let's say we were playing the breakout here. It doesn't always retest. That's the problem. Like if you're playing the breakout here, you're thinking it's going to retest here. It doesn't always do that. So for me, you take it when you get a full-bodied candle and it closes the body of the candle. So if we're looking at this, you have your wicks and you have your candles. So it has to have a body above the breakout, and then you would enter probably right around here. And then you would have played this up. And the important thing is if it does retest and then bounces, then you can add to it. So well, Hexo looks really... What do you mean by morning post? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So this actually looks like it did pretty good today, so this may not consolidate as long, so I mean it is kind of flagging right here, so I did have that as a target for the wave, and it hit it, and now it's retesting. So generally on this wave it's a flat correction, but I mean you do have an ABC down, so maybe it's a faster correction than we anticipated. I actually just added VLDR today. So I've had VLDR here for a while. We got this resistance zone right here that it gave us this false breakout on. But it is consolidating, and it did just make a clean this up a little. It did just make another head and shoulders right here. So we'll see what it does. I mean, it's kind of flagging here. It's holding this price action. It's going to do something eventually. It can't just stay in that range forever. So I would like to see it retest the 26 range, the 27, this breakout range. If it can get through that, we could go nuts on it. I actually added VLDR today, and I swung some laser a few weeks out. So laser broke out of, let's see, it's starting to break out. It's retesting. It's retesting this uptrend right here, and it's holding it, So as long as we keep holding this, this could really bounce next week. But, this is one where I've been looking at it for a while, and it's just... I thought this was going to be the breakout here, You got your cup, and it really seemed like we were going to go nuts here, and it got rejected, which was really disappointing. But hopefully it's making a handle now, and it retests 41 next week. So this I have posted in the Discord. I have a correction down here, and then hopefully we're going to get a breakout next week on this. So it does kind of have a cup and handle going on, but it's not a curved cup and handle. It's more of a V, which I don't really love in terms of a cup. But it did retest this downtrend and bounced off of it. So it may retest it one more time, but I mean, I gave myself months on this. It's going to go up eventually. Let's see, Ford's still on track. It looks nice. So we'll just readjust our line there. But, yep, Ford's just moves slow. But Ford looks really good, so. I think I had GNOG on my list. GNOG unfortunately did not break above here, and so this alert did not go off. And Golden Nugget, I thought online gambling would be bigger, but it just, for some reason, GNOG has not followed DraftKings or Penn. So I'm going to avoid it for now and just put it on the back burner until it starts picking up. I don't think it's worth looking at. Tilray looks just like Hexo, probably like AFA as well. A lot of these weed tickers are flagging. So you can see here, this one, I have my next price target for $18.50. So I imagine next week we'll hit $18.50 on this. So. I think F's posted. I can post that though, if you want this in the chat. I'll throw that in the charts room. There you go. Oh, I'm tired tonight. I should get some sleep tonight. We'll do this for a little bit though. Come on, kitty, lay down. Been a long week. Fastly, I expect that's doing, I charted this when it hit here. Or I think it was right here when I charted this last, but I still expect this to finish and then break out. It needs to develop some buyers in here. There's no buyers in there, so it needs to develop some basically a foundation in here. No, I haven't done space yet. Oh. Nio completed my correction. I expect it to push towards this right here. As long as it can hold in the 54 to 57 range, I think Neo's going to make another push. So, we basically have a cup and handle, and it's going down to here. Most likely will be green next week. It looks really good, so. I'll post this too. feel like I came here to teach a lesson and all I'm doing is charting for everyone. This always happens where I have an agenda. And man, it just can't break out of this zone. I mean, it's been in this zone forever. I don't know why Nvidia is being a dog, but I mean, it traded sideways the entire day today. It never does that except for when I get into it. So I thought we had you kind of have a head and shoulders here, but I don't know. It's got kind of a diamond pattern too, so this may actually, this may actually come back down here now. I don't know. Nvidia is so hard because it's just been trading sideways forever. There's no movement in it. These types of patterns are so hard to chart correctly, in my opinion. I like playing breakouts and impulse moves. Like, these corrective moves are not my specialty, if I'm being honest. Just say no. No! I said no! Alright, let me get through a lesson. We'll get through a lesson, and then we'll do some requests. So what I wanted to talk about was, we're playing an entry. I think people sometimes struggle with entries, and they struggle with exits. So I made a couple of videos on different exit strategies, and I can go through those now. But the big thing, and for me, like, one of the things that is awesome is I automate all of the breakouts that I see in all the setups, so that we all can catch them together. We caught Zoom today. We caught SunPower was freaking amazing. So let me show you what happened with SunPower today, because that made me a fuck ton of money. So I caught this last night. I saw this falling wedge. So this bullish wedge right here, and I go, I'm just gonna draw some lines and toss some alerts on it. So when it gets over this, we'll get all notified in the server. It broke out this morning. I bought almost immediately here. I think it was like 41.50. I bought same day expiration 42 calls, and they were like 30 cents a piece, and I ended up selling them for 250, even though I think they were like 2.25 or 250. But they could have been, if they had peaked here, they would have been almost $4. They would have been a 1,200% return, and I think I got like 500% or 600%, which I'm totally happy with. Yeah, it would have been cool to hit the peak, but I mean, to get in and out there, I mean, it rejected on this resistance line is what happened, and now it looks like it's consolidating. But this thing is now fully reversed and will most likely retest 55 next week. So this is gonna solar's gonna be real nice next week. So I wanted to look. What happened with me is I saw this huge candle, and usually when you get these huge candles, you'll get a correction after. So I think I sold halfway up here. You sell on the rip, you buy on the dip. That's kind of the plan and my style. But if you're doing your TA and you have it all charted out, you should know your entries and exits. Now I know not all of us have time to do all of that, and that's why I try to help as much as possible. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to do a bunch of research tonight. I got to write the newsletter tonight. I got to write the investing newsletter as well. So this is going to be a short live. I just wanted to go through a couple things on some things that I saw today. So let me pull up some of the alerts that we saw and let's review those. We could talk about, entries and stuff. So we had one on COTY as well today. So what was that at that? So Coty got alerted at 7:36. So on this breakout right here, on this orange line, this is when it alerted everyone, and this ran all the way to 777. So that was a good 6% that we could have caught here, and now it's consolidating. It broke out of this bull flag right now, and this thing could really move. So if we remove everything, we could just remove everything and start from scratch. I've been watching this for quite a while, and really what I wanted to see was the breakout of this bear flag. So it's been trading in this descending channel for quite a while, for basically since November. And now it's go time. So imagine it'll consolidate around here, and the next thing we want to catch will be breakout above 790, and that's the real breakout. So if it breaks here, this thing could go nuts. So what I'm talking about is, it has an impulse wave here, a huge corrective wave here, and then the next one could go here, and maybe we see a correction, and then it goes all the way up there. So this could be the start of a big run here, and this could just be, this thing could go almost double in the next couple months. So I've been talking about COTY leaps for a while. They have a brand new CEO who is determined to make the company profitable. So this earnings will be very interesting, and I imagine it'll probably limper into there. So it'll probably be somewhere in the zone by earnings, and then earnings could potentially skyrocket it up. I mean, we can measure. Let's measure it out actually. So hold on. I mean, best case scenario on earnings, this thing could go somewhere in this zone right here. So you could see anywhere from 11 to 12. But more likely, they would have to crush earnings to do this. More likely, if it had good earnings, it would be somewhere in this range, $9 range. So keep that in mind. So that was one alert that we saw today. I would have entered immediately on the alert, and then once I saw it reverse here, and you basically have a rounding action. If you ever see this, keep this in mind. If you ever see a rounding action on top, that as soon as it cups and it starts to round down, always get out on that round down, because it is almost always then going to reverse back down if it's rounding like that. It's an inverse cup that it's kind of forming. So keep that in mind. This is COTY. So let's start with, there's a bunch today, so I'm just going to go through them. Okay, the first one was GBTC. So this one actually did not work out very well, but will probably end up working out well Monday because Bitcoin is going nuts. So this one had a false breakout right here, and a red candle. What happened is it fired immediately on open, so it gapped up above and then it sold off. So when you see these gap ups in the morning, if it's literally the gap up is the first thing that happens, we want to see if that price action holds. So on a gap up here, the price action cannot fall below the gap. If it falls below the gap, it's going to fill the gap, and then we want to wait until it has a full candle above here. So we never got a full candle above here, and I would have watched this to see how the price in action is. Now if we get these alerts halfway through the day, that's different, but when they're right on the beginning of the day, this is going to be fine. This is going to be amazing next week because Bitcoin's going, I believe Bitcoin is going crazy right now, or has been going pretty good. So yeah, Bitcoin is going nuts after hour. It's up $2,000. So GBTC will be very nice next week. So BLTB, I had the alert on this downtrend right here, and it looks like we broke over that today, and this looks really nice. So this broke out, retested, and now it ended very bullish. BGFV was another one that I've been watching BGFV, Big Five Sporting Goods. So this broke out and retested, and you would have played it right here, and then as soon as you saw this rounding action, you would have gotten out probably right here. Would have been where I would have sold as soon as it started to reverse. And now it actually looks really good. So this has been, if you look at this is basically just a giant tilted cup, and it broke out, it retested it, and I believe next week this should look really good as well. I would add this one to your watch list. Zoom was a big winner today. So Zoom alerted about 15 minutes into the market, and you could see Zoom had a head and shoulders here and a clear downtrend. So I was just waiting for this downtrend to break, and it broke out at 396. Yep, 396 we alerted it, and it went all the way up to 420. So that was a hell of a play today. Atom was another one that we looked at. So holy cow. So this went from 34 or 35, where was it? 35 all the way up to 44. What a play today. That's crazy. I thought it would retest here, but it just, it just went nuts. So that is a clear breakaway with volume. That was a nice play today if you caught it. I know a couple people played that and made a lot of money on it. So let's see. Viacom had another one. So Viacom we caught from 52 up to 55 today. That's a huge winner, and that's flagging. That's crazy. ICLK. This is why I set all these alerts, is so we can catch these things. This one's consolidating in a bull flag. I would have swung this if you had played this and you got the breakout. It went from 17, about a 60-cent move. Nothing crazy there, but this would have been a multi-day hold anyways because of the formation it's in. But this looks really good for a continuation next week. I'll have to revisit this. And then lottery, we called out Clovis earlier this week, and my goodness, this played out perfectly today. So we called this out over here because I thought this was the breakout, and it was a false breakout, and it retested. And then on this retest, we got increased volume, and this went nuts today. So we had a breakout at $8, and it went from $8.12 all the way up to $9.50. So $1.50 move on an $8 stock is quite something. You probably could have made easily 1,000% on that. So these were some of the highlights that we alerted today using my custom alerts, and those are pretty amazing. So all right, let's so that's kind of what I'm looking at. So you probably would have sold, for me, you catching this move, I would have sold right here. You don't know if this is going to go again. This rounding action here would have been a good take profit point. These would have been good profits to take. Yeah, you would have missed out on a little bit more, but you can always re-enter in and catch the next leg up. There's no guarantee that there's going to be another leg up. While there's a probability that it might continue, you can never go broke taking profits. So. Alright, let's see here. So Arky, I like that you mentioned Baba. I was looking at that today, and I came very close to calling out a lottery on it. I've had this charted for quite a while. As you can see, that is just one beautiful chart. It needs to get above 268. But this is a nice looking chart. The reason I didn't alert it out is I'm worried that it's going to ping pong in here for a little bit, because usually the shoulders are the same length. So not always, but if you measure this shoulder, this could go sideways for another month. Like if it breaks above this zone right here, above 268, 270, and then I'm excited to fill this gap right here. So that would excite me. Yeah, I don't know. I keep it simple. I mean, all these extra technical indicators that people use, TTM squeeze, MACD, all those, I don't know, it's a lot of fluff, and I don't need them. Like, the simpler the better. Yeah, I do advanced technical analysis with waves and Fibonacci spirals and all that kind of stuff, but some of my best plays are some of my simplest TA. Like for instance, like Zoom today. Like all I did was have a downtrend line, and I just alerted on the downtrend line. Like, it's the simplest stuff sometimes in the world. You recognize an overarching pattern, you find the point where it breaks out, and you draw a line, and when it breaks that line, you buy. It's not rocket science, but sometimes people overthink it. Like they want to have, they're like, oh, is this uh, is there a bullish divergence on this? Is the TTM squeeze reversing? Is the bull versus bear red or green? And it's just like you overthink it. You use all these indicators, and you don't need them all the time. So we did VLDR earlier. I think we've been watching HD for a while. I don't know if I have a recent chart on it. Let me see here. So HD has been chilling in this flag for goddamn forever. And for me, until it breaks this upper line here, I do like that it's kind of curling on the bottom here. So it's in this channel right here. Now it is hovering above here. There is a sub channel here, so if we were to clone that, you would see there's a sub channel right there. And so you have a double bottom here, but you have potentially, what I'm worried about here is a head and shoulders. So you have basically FU fingers right here. So if you look at this is just saying FU, I'm going back down. So what I'm thinking might happen, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but let me see. Where are you at? I'm worried it's going to do this. So that would be my guess. Into earnings, and then earnings are going to be amazing, and it should be fine. We are working on text messages. I'm hoping to have that sooner than later, so just keep that in mind. I've got a few messages here I just want to respond to. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let me throw this chart up. I know there was a request for it. There's your HD. I'm going to keep the discount up all month. I don't want people to miss it. I think it's we just launched, so I want everyone to get a good price on it. We're adding more features pretty soon too, so I wanted to make sure that people get a chance to use everything, and then we'll add some more stuff in, and it should be good. Oh man, this stuff's good. I'm drinking Tazo Passion Tea. Man, I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's relaxing. Stress reliever. The text will probably be on the standard plan. The basic plan is just a low-cost option where you could still get all the plays. You're just not getting the alerts on them, the automated alerts, because we put a lot of time and money into that. So yeah, Tazo's pretty. No, there's no booze in it. I've been really tired, and I didn't want to fall asleep on live again tonight. I can't believe I did that last week. That's crazy. I've been getting burned out lately. I work all the time. Let's look at silver. Yeah, I stay up late, I get up early, I got a kid, a wife, got a job, which I think I'm going to be done with my job soon. I want to go full time and start live trading. And instead of going live at night, I'll just be live all day, and you guys can jump on and trade with me, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, hey Tay, how you doing? So I think I noticed this the other day. There's a channel down here that whenever it breaks out of the channel, it goes nuts, and then it just corrects really hard. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna charge for it. I think we've been talking about doing something like that, but I think it'd be fun just to do it for free and see how it goes, and then go from there. So, I mean, I'm 34. I mean, I've worked my whole life. I got a lot of expenses that I like being able to pay for, and I use my extra money from my job to fund my trading, and it's a lot of time. I do automotive maintenance consulting, so I work with dealers and garages and everything to improve revenue and see what kind of services and products they want to provide to take care of their customers. So, SunPower is looking good. So I believe silver. I had a correction here. It had a three-wave impulse up, and it's still going up. I expect silver to break out here soon. It needs to basically get out of this zone right here. So I think it'll be good next week. Tay's like, I want a chart. Yeah, let's look at Mara. My Mara price target was 31. How's that for you, Tay? 31. Wow, this looks nice though. I wish I would have jumped. I had a bunch of cash sitting around. I wish I almost jumped in it with you, and I'm gonna regret that I didn't now. I am, however, I do own. I used the money that I had laying around, and I bought a bunch of Bitcoin Cash though. That's why I was looking at it to start, because I threw a couple grand in that. BCH USD. No, what are you doing? Go back up. I th- I think this is gonna run all weekend. I'm very bullish on cryptos this weekend. That volume bar is nuts. I mean, we haven't seen a volume bar since it did this back here. So I believe this is gonna do something like this. Maybe not to this extent, but I think 550 is not out of the. I think it could easily hit 550. That's the 1.618, and that would make a lot of sense. So yeah, is 31? Is that what you were thinking on Mara? Or I mean, we can redo this for you. I mean, if we're just going off the past move here. Yeah, I mean, 29 to 31 next week. You think it's going to open at 25? That would be. It could definitely, if it gaps up above here, that would be what you would want as a gap up, and then to hold this price action above here, and then it can run to 30. So that'd be nice. Dodge to 25 cents. I had a dream the other night, months ago, actually, that Dogecoin was going to go to 25 cents this year. Let's look at Dodge. What's it doing? Ooh, it's flagging. Flagging like a staggin'. Yeah, it'd be fun. I really think it'd be a lot of fun to trade with everyone. I mean, I kind of do already, but I don't do it on voice or on live. But I think that would be a lot of fun, and I would very much like to do that, where we could look at stuff together and catch plays and do it all together. Yeah, I know you're gonna. Tay's gonna make another house next week. I can't wait to see that gain porn. Is that what? Almost a nickel right now. Sony, only for you. You want the New York version? What the mother? What is going on here? Island hopping? All right, Sony. They must have had a killer earnings. Yep. They. Holy cow! Those earnings are insane. No wonder it's going nuts. Wow. Um, 1, 2, 3. I mean, this could freaking gap up again to like 130. That's crazy. Look at that Hulk dick. Wow, that's a nice looking chart. Oh, I see what you're saying. You think it can go back up to 150. Yeah, that's a nice. Actually, watch this. I have a feeling this might play out. I'm not going to guarantee it. Let's see what's it doing here. So there we go. You notice anything? These are why these circles are good. So you got a high to low. On this circle break, it's sold off, but it sold off on this circle line right here, and then Hulk dicked. That's crazy. Hulk smash. Myrna has been going nuts too. I look at this weekly chart. That's crazy. That is not a good candle right there, actually. That could be an evening star right there. This looks better though. Let's deep dive this on the that why does that look so much different on the weekly? This looks nice. That's I mean that's a cup and handle if I've ever seen one. I think we should throw an alert on this for the server. Let me write some of these down so that I make sure I do them. So we had HD, Myrna. What was another one that we were looking at? Probably should do silver. Mara. Let me go over space here in a second too. Maybe we'll look at Walmart in a second. I think that's it. Alright. Churchill. I know that's been going crazy lately. Looks like it hit my price target of 35 that I had posted on live last week. And it rejected exactly on it. So this could be done. I'm a little worried it's done. It doesn't mean it's done. It just means it's probably going to correct first. Possibly down to 30. And then maybe after that it can run again. But unless it starts another double combo. But for me, this looks like it might be done. Not positive. Alright, I said I was going to do... was it Walmart we were going to look at? So, this was actually one of the only ones... I got really pissed at Walmart and I made a short... a short alert on this. So we caught this from 142 and it went all the way down to 139 where it caught this support zone over here. And so that was a nice $3 short that we caught. I don't know if anyone actually... I think maybe a couple people played it. But it looks now like we have an impulse up. This is a wave 4. So you got a 1, 2, 3. You know, I can label this for you. So this is an impulse reversal. Might, I mean, it's not going to be a big wave, obviously, but this could hit maybe mid to high 147 to 148 next week. We'll see. But it might be by earnings. Yeah, that'd make a lot of sense to have an earnings run up, probably to the 140, 147, 148 range. We'll throw this in the cord. Oh, another penny stock. What? You guys love your pennies. I swear. Everybody and their mom is obsessed with pennies these days. All right. AAVE. I know. Oh, Sam. Sam just wants me to be like a charting machine. He's like, hey, I got all these plays, man. Let me look at them. Oh, is this a, we got it on Kraken? Ooh, that's a bad candle. That's really nice, but that is no bueno. This is probably coming back down to 338. Salt, that's the reason I don't play Walmart. I played it a couple times and I've made some profits on it, but it's just it trades in this channel. It's been trading in this channel all year, and it's very consistent. And it had a head and shoulders right here, and so hey, thanks Equatorial. Yeah, we'll go over Dropbox. I definitely think there's a lot of people in it, and it's worth going over. Um, but you can see it trades in this channel basically, and it hit the top of the channel, and it reversed, and now it's coming back down to the middle of the channel. So a little cold happening. DBX. So I got a price target on Dropbox of 30. So we had the cup and handle here. And what we're looking for is for this to hit over 25.20 next week. And if it breaks over that, then we're going to be looking really good. Oh, I talk about long-term investments all the time. It's just day to day, you're talking about trades day to day. I have a whole long-term investment portfolio. Um, let me pull this up here real quick and show you something. Hold on. Let's see if I can find this real quick. When is this it? Aha. Alright. So let me show you this. Let me just show you something here. How do I switch here? How do I get this in here? Trying to show you my long-term portfolio right now, but it's like my streaming software is being stupid. Where'd it go? I don't know. Either way, I do all my long-term stuff for the newsletter, because most people don't like to talk about it day to day. But I have a whole top 50 that I made with explanations and all of that, why I want to do them. So sure, we could post this. I haven't touched this, by the way, in probably since the beginning of January. I'd have to go back and redo it, but this is still probably pretty good. Alright, yeah, we went over B-Town. I posted my chart. Yeah, Joe, I think I put my chart in the Discord, but, I'm hoping if this is a start of an impulse wave, we're looking for a 22 to 27 range by the time our March calls come up. 27 would be a very healthy return. That'd be about a 600% return on that. So, Rick, yes, I do. If you go to my page, it's one of my most recent videos explaining the circles and everything. So, yeah, I played Dogecoin all the time. Much wow. I love Dogecoin. Dogecoin. I just like saying Dogecoin. So, yeah, I caught it from a penny up to 6 cents the other night. So, I owned it down here, and I sold it up here. So, I mean, this is a good price point to get into Merck. I mean, it's kind of got here. Merck's been a dog though lately. It's just been trading sideways forever. The leaps would be really cheap. You could probably get like some 85 leaps and be really cheap. BMY has been very nice, but it did kind of sell off recently. So my trade plan on this looks like I'll have to adjust this, but it had this bear flag right here, and then it reversed back down. So all of Biotech has been doing that lately. So it's not just Merck and BMY; it's just the whole sector. So, I mean, Guild though, on the other hand, is like the one that's not. So, Guild still looks really good, and Guild's been getting pounded forever though, so it's finally starting to come back. So you can see here it gapped up, filled the gap, and then refilled it. So, but Guild looks good for a nice reversal. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay away from all these old dinosaur stocks. I've kind of shifted my focus to alpha stocks, and it's been working out really well with all the alpha stocks we've been doing the last couple months. We've been making crazy gains and taking crazy moves and catching them all, and I think I'm going to continue that for quite a while. I mean, long term, these dinosaur stocks are good, stable. You're not going to lose money on them. It's just you're not going to get high rate returns, but it's a risk reward thing. So you're risking less for a less reward, which is nice. You should have part of your portfolio in there. I thought I saw a quote today. You should have a couple stocks in your portfolio that you hate. The heck is DXYN? Dixie? Penny stock? I mean, you're gonna have some resistance in this area, so you're really gonna want it to get over $5, probably $5.50, and then it can go nuts. But it's gonna have resistance in this area, and you can see the volumes dying. But I mean, it looks like it's a 1-2. This looks like it'll probably go up a little bit more, maybe in the it might touch $5. So I did Amazon earlier in the call. Gilead. Did Ford earlier. Ford is in the Discord. Just did BMY. Fubu. I've never touched this chart. Everyone asks me every frickin' day for Fubu, and I show them this chart every time, and it's never failed. So I'm just going to continue to show you this chart, and if I need to change it, I will. But Fubu is in a corrective state, and I've been telling you this all week, and you guys still refuse to believe it. So I think I had love charted. All the I at one point had love charted. It might be on my other profile. So this is pretty obvious what this is probably going to do. I expect it to come down and retest 49.50, 49.60, and then from there it can break out. But the travel stocks looked really good this week. I think DAL. What is going on here? That don't look right. That broke down. So which one? Oh, save. That was the one that I did. So save. I was like, one of these travel stocks I did. So yeah, there's the alert right there. So yeah, you can see this clear cup and handle on save, and we wrote it from 28 up to almost 31. This was a nice 120% winner that I played myself. I was really looking forward to playing this, and when that alert went off, I literally immediately jumped into it. Save was awesome. OCGN we did earlier. Let's look at yeah, AMRS I have alerted for us, so I've been watching this. This has a cup and handle as well, so you can see this alert is ready to go, and we will catch this when this breaks out. So this is consolidating, and we will definitely catch this for the next run. Alright, Amorous, yep. Lemonade, I still think is going back down to 129, so we'll see what happens though. In the money covered calls versus out of the money. I mean, if you did an in the money covered call, you're just, I don't know why you would do that, but I mean, if you thought it was going to go down, you could capture a lot more premium that way. So let's say you own a share. Well, let's say, like, for instance, Walmart. Or not Walmart. QS. Let's say you own 100 shares of this, and you expect it to go down. You could sell in the money calls so that you're basically cashing in, but you wanted to keep your shares. You'd say, okay, you know, it's at 44, and I'm going to sell, 40 calls. And so I'm going to collect all that premium on the way down, so I'm protecting myself versus downside. And if it goes up, I will just, cash those in, and I'm out. So I don't ever really do in the money covered calls. I would always do out of the money because it's safer. But I think F-Cell, yeah. So F-Cell, we caught the move from here to here. That's why you see this arrow here. But this is looking really nice for another breakout. I've been watching this one since $5, I think. As a group, we've been playing this since $9. Yeah, $9. So we've been watching F-Cell since it was $9, and we've been playing it the leaps and valleys all the way up. This has been a very profitable stock to play, and we've been watching this for quite a while. Oh, space. Yes, space. I've been trying to get the space, and I keep getting distracted. All right, space. I mean, space is getting squeezed. The volume is dying, though, so you can see the volume is in a downtrend. So what we're going to want to see is, until it gets back over this top line, there's no A+ setup on this. It did break this uptrend as well and retested it and came back below it. So this could be creating a flag. The move on space is done for me. I'm just going to wait for the next setup. So There's no, unless it gets above this line right here. If it gets above 60, 57, if it gets above 57, then we could ride the next leg up. So, this is basically, I would say it's probably gonna too, just looking at this now, because you might have a 1, 2, 3, 4. This might actually retest down here, and then that might go into earnings, but I don't know how long this is going to correct, but this does look like it has one more leg for it to go up to. Let's chart this out and see. All right, so this is a 1618, so this could hit 75 to 80. Yeah, that would make sense. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep watching it. I'm sure people will request it all the time, so we'll keep watching it. But space is not worth what it's at right now, but a lot of stocks aren't, so who cares? Let's just play the technicals. Ah, that tea is good. Alright, so CVS, we thought, we played the breakout here, got it all the way up to 74, and now it reversed. It hit the 236 retracement here and bounced with a nice candlestick at the end of the day. So I actually bought a bunch of it right here. I really like CVS. I'm bullish on it. It's got ER coming up next week. I think it's next Friday. And so I'm going to play it into ER. And yeah, I'd like to see it retest 74 to 75. Maybe we'll get lucky and it runs back up to 77 like this, but I just want to see it retest 74, and that would make me some decent money. So, you may see this too. You could see, if this is what you're talking about, this could be a inverse head and shoulders on it. So keep that in mind as well. And you might even have, you don't really have an inverse head and shoulders here, but you might have one right there. So that's interesting to see. Did Fubu. Alright, I think that's going to do it for me. Appreciate all the love from everyone. I got to get going and writing the newsletters and finding some more fire plays, but I'll post this in the Discord so that people can see it. Oops, why can't I not? Oh, I see what's going on. I was like, why can I not delete this damn line? So let's all go hang out there, and we'll do another live. I'm gonna not do a live tomorrow. Owe my family some time tomorrow, and then Sunday night we'll do a classroom. It's hard to trade without emotions. It really just comes with experience. But have a great night, everyone.